Hi guys, welcome to the third part of PCB designing. So a quick recap what we did in the second part. We learned how to pick and place components. We learned how to change the color of this, rename it, and we created this basic circuit of three LEDs, one resistor and a battery which glows whenever you have the battery inserted. Okay, so now what we are going to do today is add and switch to it and then create an PCB out of it. Quite simple, right? So let's do it then quickly. First of all, what you need is a push button or and switch. So now you can take it of any sort that you like. If it's not there in the EE lib, which most of the parts are not, then go into the library and search whatever. Like in this case, we need an switch, so I'll just search for a switch. Okay, just a second. So it's loading. So rotatory switch, no, we don't need, nor do we need a dip switch. So as you can see, one problem here that we're facing is that you need to be very specific and there are thousands parts in which you need to browse and get that product out. It definitely takes time. So this looks okay. This is SMD. Okay, will work. Not a problem. Okay, I can take that, but I would prefer something else. Okay, no, then let's actually not waste our time on this stupid thing. When you actually make a PCB, you can edit all this out. Now, by adding a switch, you'll also learn that in the previous video, we added a wire, how to delete it. Just click on this wire. Now you'll see, oh, it's getting deleted the whole way. You can adjust it like that, by the way, if you want to. So instead, you can connect it like this. And now there's no way of deleting it half deleted. And now again, recap, pressing W. Okay, one more thing before that. In case you want to rotate this switch, press R on your keyboard. You will see it rotate in all the directions any way you want by pressing R. So I want it upside down. Now press W for wire and wire it up quickly. It's a pretty simple one. Now I hope every one of you are able to get it what exactly is happening in the circuit. If you have any doubts, then you can contact me. You can either comment or contact me on my email ID. Need a better mouse for this. Okay, so now that's done. Now you have to go on design and convert schematic to PCB. Now do not update the PCB. Update PCB means you have already made an PCB, then you are editing one, two things here and then you wanted to update. So we need to convert PCB. No schematic in this project. Oh, okay. So that can be caused when you don't save it. So yeah, save it first. Connecting to server and you will see that your project has been saved successfully. After you have done that, go to design, convert schematic to PCB. And now units, we want in that's an easy unit. Copper layer, okay. So now PCBs have layers. So this is a single layered PCB. So do it one. Double layered PCB also I will be teaching you. Okay, so that's not a problem. You can make it, you can even do it 8, but you will have ultimately the components placed on one layer itself. And board will be custom. Let's do it custom. Yeah. So this is your box which you can straight away go and delete. I don't care. Now these are all the components and these have some kind of like wires coming out of them. Now these are actually not wires. Now this is where your artwork will help you. Place these components as quickly as possible and as near to one another as possible. Don't like do it that way, keeping overlapping things and make that can cause short circuits. Make sure you have proper gap between them while at the same time making sure they look good and are at the nearest distance possible. Now you can again press R to rotate in case you need to, because we need to. Also, they like look good. They are in the all the three LEDs are symmetrically placed, and the wires are not crossing on. Okay, that's fine, not a problem. So this is the PCB, and now you can like adjust it again. You can decrease the distance between them because you want your PCB to be as small as possible to increase its efficiency. Now go on here and go to the board outline layer and draw an outline of this board by pressing W. Just tap once and this outline will come like this. Make it however you want, square, rectangle. Make sure you leave some sort of space. Okay, wait. Yeah. Make sure you leave some sort of space between your component outlines, which is given in yellow color, and the board outline. Otherwise, it will be a complete mess. So that's how done. You can create it of any shape and size you like, square, rectangle. It depends on your creativity. Now you will see that these are SMD. That means they'll be soldered on top of the PCB, whereas your resistor and LEDs will be soldered at the bottom of your PCB. First, let's start with the bottom layer. Click on the bottom layer, that will usually be blue, and again W to wire it. Now pick any point where you see a blue line. Like let's start with this one. So it will now tell you where this wire needs to go. Again, avoid 90-degree turns. Take 45-45-degree multiple turns. That is a benefit for your PCB. It benefits your PCB. Now click on this point. You can also use its auto route feature, but I honestly don't prefer it. And it's also not that good that you can always rely on it. Now you see one thing. Okay, I'll take this route later so that I can explain you concept of wire. But first, let's finish up with bottom layer wiring quickly. Connect it. Okay, so avoid such sharp turns also. Connecting it to this point. Okay, so you cannot connect it to this point as there's already one wire going in here. So you have to be creative to get this wire past that side. You could do that like this. I mean, yeah, on certain component outlines, you can definitely take the wire through them. Like resistor will be like all be a metal film, nothing else, so it will not. Now I'm getting a sharp 90-degree turn here. That's not a problem if you get once or twice, but as a rule of thumb, avoid them. I'll quickly make all the remaining connections also. Okay, so now here comes the challenge. Okay, before the challenge, sorry, go on the top layer. Now this is the top layer. So all this yellow will also be done on the top layer. Attach this pad which, okay, now one more thing. You can see that red line, which is the top layer, can travel on the bottom layer. So that will not be an issue. That's the best thing. I mean, which creates a possibility you can go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down to connect the wires. I'll show you just in a moment how. Firstly, I'm just making all the connections. Now is the challenge. I can take this wire to here, but the problem is this will be soldered at the bottom, not at the top. So you just leave it to a point where you think is good. Like I can leave it till the point here. Now let this wire come, doesn't matter. Go on the bottom layer from now and attach it here. So you see there's a wire, there's a sort of hole like structure placed here. You can see this. I zoomed in a lot. This is basically called a via. It connects the top layer of the PCB to the bottom layer of the PCB. And this way you can route all the wires, even if like I had to pass a wire from here, all this mess of wires, no problem. You can just go up, down, up, down, up, down. But using too many wires means too many holes in your PCB and is not what ideally should be done. So this is the way, but how you can connect components of like this is again see the bottom layer. Now from the bottom layer, okay, I'll press W. Yeah, from the bottom layer you have to switch to the top layer. Just leave this bottom layer anywhere you find it good to swap to the top layer. And now see top layer. This is coming from bottom layer, gone to the top layer. Then this is again top to top layer. I'll connect it. Now just have a look with your eyes that everything is connected. Yeah, it is. Then you can save the file. Simply press Ctrl S. You will see save successfully here. Now suppose you have to mount this PCB on any project on a standoff. So these are called the drill holes. So you can create a hole here for drilling. Suppose or for adding a screw, you can always create like two holes. Would be more than enough to hold such a small PCB. Then this is the dimension scale. So you can say, okay, I want dimensions. These are 36 that's fine. Most manufacturers will give you 10 by 10 as the standard thing, after which they will cost a lot. So 10 by 10 is good. Now you can upload an image on the mask if you want to do that. Mask is the top layer of this PCB. You could do that if you want to do that. Then this is the track. So again, if you want to create tracks, that's W basically. You click for. This is all via the thing that goes in. That's a pad you can add. Suppose okay, so pads. Suppose I want to also create a pad here in case my resistor ever blows off. I can replace it with another one this way by adding pads across it. So okay, now this has been crossed out. That means there's a wire passing through and it cannot be kept on it. So you can just move it a little bit. Yeah. Now how this software does not know basically this pad has ultimately to be connected with this pad. That also on the bottom layer. So connecting this pad with this pad allows me to take an external pad of the resistor in case if I want to add another one in the future. So that can be done. I'm deleting the pads for now. This is the text if you want to add text onto this PCB. And that's the basic things basically. This isn't canvas origin thing. Then these are connect pads, dimension tools, rotatory tools, etc. etc. You can minimize it and take them anywhere. Now after saving this PCB, you can also view it in 3D. Click on 3D view. So this is how it will look. Actually not like this. There will be components placed here, but okay, this is the basic view of your PCB. Can rotate it. This is pretty cool 3D view from this to this in seconds. That's what. Now you would be thinking, okay, this is done, but there's a lot more that goes into it. So make sure to watch our PCB EasyEda tutorial part number 4. That would be uploaded a week after this video is uploaded mostly. So make sure you watch that. Subscribe to the channels if you do not wish to miss that.